What's up, guys? My name's Mike, and I want to announce that I'm going to be adding some new supps into my bodybuilding regimen. L-carnitine and glutamine. I'm very much a whey protein, fat burner, you know. Uh, what else do I take? I don't need testosterone boosters, I take those. And they do work, by the way. You got to take like 6 of them a day for them to really work. They do work. It's just the bottle will tell you to only take like 1 or 2 a day. You got to take like 6 of them a day, and you will see results. I keep things simple in bodybuilding. I've learned that about life. Is you're not supposed to be loading all of this foreign shit into your body all the time. I don't mess with pre-workouts anymore. Good old hydroxycut for cutting, prime test, testosterone boosters, and what's it called? Gold standard whey protein is the only shit that I'm fucking with right now. Gonna try to find like a good brand of L-carnitine. Good brand of L-carnitine. Let's see if Optimum has a brand of L-carnitine. So yeah, I don't fuck with too much stuff in bodybuilding, but I found this brand called NutriCost. It's 180 capsules of 500 milligrams of acetyl L-carnitine for $18. That sounds pretty good to me. I got this water jug right here. It's my favorite thing, one of my favorite things in my fucking life. Everything in my life, even this cup is like one of my favorite things in my fucking life. This lighter is awesome. This small bag of tobacco is awesome. I got my water jug right here, and I'm thinking I'm gonna start taking glutamine. Let's see here, glutamine. I'm very much like a creatine, fat burner, whey protein kind of guy. When it's time to lose some weight, like right now for me, I'm gonna start taking some fat burners. When it's time to lose weight, gotta cut a pinch of fat off my stomach, take some fat burners and some L-carnitine. When my muscles need to relax and replenish and heal, whenever it's a day off from the gym, take glutamine, not on training days, because you don't take glutamine on training days. Is my understanding that glutamine, because I've seen people do it, is it makes sense to me that if you take glutamine on your day off, right? If you need a day off, that's when you take glutamine. If your joints are feeling like they're creaking and cracking and shit, take a scoop of glutamine, or a capsule of glutamine on your day off from the gym so your muscles can heal. Take like a scoop in the morning for throughout the day, and take a scoop before bed, along with like 2 glasses of water, or like a big cup of water, like a big large, maybe I have a huge head, I don't know, a large like cup of water. For me, every fucking day this water jug is gonna be full of something. Right now, I'm dieting. I'm trying to lose weight. I'm about 6 weeks out from reaching my peak of my bulk. I'm about 6 weeks out from reaching my peak of my bulk, and I could tell that I'm not building any more fucking muscle. I'm just starting to put on fat at this point. So it's time to start cutting down. And you see all these bodybuilders around the internet have looked exactly the fucking same for like 10 years. I'm trying is like I know that I'm no different, right? I know that I'm no different, but making natural bodybuilding gains is pretty fucking difficult, you know. So, the bodybuilding plan is full body workout daily. You know, full body workout. That's about what I usually do. Yeah, I train like my whole body like every single day. But if there's ever a day where, let's say, if my chest is sore, then I'll just train arms. And the rest of whatever's not sore, I just train that every single day. Right now, my whole body's a little bit, my neck is like sore, so I'm not gonna be like, not gonna be doing anything too intense, as I'm kind of shaking a little bit to my core, like my back is sore. I could use like, you know, like a week off from the gym, you know. I've been training every day for the past, like, I've been training like most days, like pretty intensely for the past, at least like training like daily for the past, like 5 6 months, about 5 6 months. And, so, focusing on progressive overload, you know, I want to get my hands on some 15-pound dumbbells. If I could just get my hands on some 15-pound dumbbells, and just kind of like work with those, you know, and then upgrade those to, you know, maybe like 20-pound dumbbells, and then 25, and then 30, and then 35. Eventually, you know, I want to work my way up to be able to throw around like 100-pound dumbbells. That's my goal as a natural bodybuilder, is to just train my whole body with 100-pound dumbbells. That's probably about like 20 years from now. So focusing on progressive overload, trying glutamine, right? Glutamine could prove to be a real lifesaver. And L-carnitine for cutting. I believe I've tried L-carnitine before, and it really does work. L-carnitine for cutting, yeah. And trying to stay like steady at like 400 grams of protein a day. Like 400 grams of protein a day. Carbs are for fuel, not for food. Let's make that be known. Carbs are for fuel, not for food. This oatmeal right here can either be fucking God or the fucking devil. And to me, it is fucking God, because I know how to use it, right? Don't disrespect the oatmeal by throwing it in the fucking garbage. I found this oatmeal laying on the fucking I found this oatmeal laying on the basically the a ledge, like outside, like. So gonna have a good old cup of oatmeal, a good old cup of runny oatmeal. Gonna go put some hot water real quick. So I got probably like a half a cup of oatmeal, like absorbing right now. Trying to keep it real at like 400 grams of protein daily. You know, trying to keep the carbs low always. Carbs are for fuel, not for food. That should be a thing in the bodybuilding community. Carbs are for fuel, not for food. Something about it is like tells me that meat is the real building blocks of muscle. You need carbs too, you know. Carbs are good. Good carbs like oatmeal, you know. Good carbs like oatmeal, you know. Fucking oatmeal, you know. They say rice is real good. I like pasta. You know, I really like pasta. Once I found out that Jay Cutler eats pasta, I started accepting pasta into my fucking diet. I like oatmeal and pasta. That's about it, you know. And on my pasta, I might put like a little bit of like oil, you know, some oil or like butter, you know, and like some salt and pepper and like some cottage cheese, you know. Some like trying to think like what would be better like for me like super ultra like processed like shit like I like whole milk, you know. I don't like skim milk, you know. Whole milk, you know, is so much better. And it's not even that much worse for you. They put on the label that it's fucking like 8 grams of fat, but really that little bit of fat can be solved with like a little like cup of like 12 week like a fucking year of drinking whole milk can be solved with like 6 weeks of taking a fat burner every day, you know. As a natural bodybuilder, you know. You know what I'm saying? So, like that little bit of fat that you're putting on from the whole milk versus the nasty ass skim milk, and you're keeping all the nutrients. You know, skim milk is fucking garbage for nutrients. Probably magic for fucking skinny motherfuckers, but I like whole milk because I like to be swole. You know. It's so much better. To me, it's so much better. It's like a lie. It's like these food labels don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Just because it's a pretty fucking label, people think that they know what the fuck they're talking about. You gotta like understand what you're putting in your fucking body. You gotta like really do your research. If a piece of chicken says it's 20 grams of protein, and a can of tuna says it's 20 grams of protein, how much protein is it fucking really though? You know, just because the label says a certain thing does not mean that it's the same fucking thing. Kevin Levrone used to eat flounder. Look at people who eat a lot of beef versus people who eat chicken, and their muscle composition, their bodies look completely different, right? You know, I like beef, you know, I like beef, but for right now I'm kind of on the tuna, top ramen and tuna diet, you know. Good old Kali Muscle, you know, managed to conceal the fact that he was on steroids for years, and all the kids, just like myself, I had hopes and dreams of benching 500 pounds as a natural bodybuilder. So, keep fats, and my goal is I don't really care about fats, you know. Fats don't bother me because good fats are like real good, you know. They usually cut all the fat off of the meat, anyways. You know, I try to keep fats like however much fat is already in the food. It's not really that big of a deal. But if there's like a low fat option, I go for that. You know, like I'm not gonna like shovel down like when I cook up like my pound of meat. Drain out all the fat. But I'm not gonna like sit. I'm not gonna like maybe even like take a paper towel and like get all that grease out of there. Like really get that shit out of there. But you have to have fat in your diet for your brain. I'm still trying to figure out how that part works. So I'm not a fucking expert. I'm not a fucking expert, but trying to figure out how that part works, is like how do you maintain optimal brain functionality? Before a bodybuilder, I'm a fucking CEO, and before I'm a bodybuilder, I'm a fucking businessman, So you see, this oatmeal cannot be fucking good for you. This oatmeal tastes amazing. How much sugar's in here? I don't know, man. 28 grams of carbs, 4 grams of fiber, 5 grams of protein, less than 1 gram of sugar. Yeah, okay. Quick oats. I'm thinking I'm never going to buy quick oats ever again. I found these oats. Yeah, I don't really do quick oats. Normally when I go to the store, I'll spend the extra 30 seconds, to cook like some regular oats. I'll spend like the extra 30 seconds to cook some regular oats. That's usually how I am. But when I started out, it was all about quickness. Got to get the quick oats, Quick oats. I like regular oats, Quick oats. I'm going to look up what's the difference. If you want to know something, it's just a Google search away, So basically, it's the same fucking thing. But I don't know, At least that's what they say. You know what would be really nice? If I could get my fucking bearings here in this house and not become homeless. Again. Seems like as soon as I get I'm gonna get settled into this fucking place. And get my fucking bearings straight. Alright, so carbs are for fuel, not for food, right? If you're hungry, eat protein, right? Eat meat, meat, milk, whole milk, lean meat. Combine the lean meats. Get your tuna in water, not vegetable oil, god damn it. If you haven't learned that yet, you gotta have something wrong with you. Vegetable oil tuna, what is that even good for? Who eats tuna in vegetable oil? Like, it's more expensive and it fucking makes you fat. So, so, and low condiments, you know, that's the worst part about it is you got to keep your condiments to like a, damn, I mean, one of the worst parts about bodybuilding is like, what you want to do is you want to take the fucking ketchup bottle and use like a fifth of a bottle of ketchup, a quarter bottle of ketchup on like your fucking frozen pizza, on your chicken tenders, and just be like, fucking put like ketchup all over it, you know? And, but like, if you do use condiments, you gotta fucking use like a little bit, or you just use like pepper, you know? Gotta learn how like garlic and stuff works, you know? I don't agree with none of that stuff. I don't like seasonings because, and I'll tell you why, because it all comes from different companies, and you don't know what these companies are putting in the fucking shit. And before you know it, you gotta get the McCormick, and then you gotta get the this. Oh, I like the way this one tastes. Might come from a different seed, might come from a different plant, you know. I'm not a very disciplined guy, you know. I go with the flow nowadays, you know. Yeah, like once I decide upon something, if my life like fucking depends on it, I'll do like whatever it takes, but yeah, carbs are for fuel, not for food, you know. Generally, when it comes to fats, if there's a low fat option, to go for that, you know. But I drink whole milk, you know. When you drink skim milk, what is that? Skim milk is like the hot dog of fucking milk, you know. Look up how skim milk is made, and then you tell me if you want to drink skim milk. So you got to keep your condiments low sugar. You got to eat real food. I mean, I eat real food, you know, oatmeal, you know, meat, potatoes, eggs, and milk, you know. And try to keep like generally like the same kind of meat all the time. And maybe like Diet Pepsi, you know, to like spice things up a bit, you know. In terms of supplements, creatine, hydroxycut, and prime test testosterone boosters. Hydroxycut is a fat burner. Prime test testosterone boosters. You have to cycle your test boosters, just like you do with steroids. You have to cycle your test boosters. 12 weeks on, 8 weeks off, or like 12 weeks on, 12 weeks off, you know. And as an aspiring bodybuilding expert, I want to learn very well how cutting works, you know. I want to learn how cardio works and the different types of cardio. Running is the best form of cardio. You got to be flexible, you know. You got to be flexible in life. I mean, in your body, and in your schedule, and in your body. You got to be flexible. So, going in the gym and throwing weights around like this, in like linear, like, what's it called? Static motions is not good for you. It's gonna fuck up your body. You know, you want to do a little bit of stretching, a little bit of yoga, you know. I mean, if you want to be a fucking stiff piece of shit, if you want to be like a non-versatile, a non-functionable human being, then go in the gym, do your bicep curls, you'll look real good, you know. But I know a lot of fucking skinny guys who could probably whoop my ass in a fight because I train for size and I train to be a bodybuilder. I don't train to be a fighter. I know a guy who trains to be a fighter every fucking day. Now, I think, you know, I'm a pretty decent fighter, you know. I think I could fight like okay, you know, maybe better than the average person. Maybe a little bit better, or I haven't been in a fight in a long time, so I really don't know, but, you know, you train, you get what you train for, so the only thing that matters in a fight is, you know, you don't want to get caught with one of these, because I bench, you know, 300 pounds, dude, like, you know, you could be a better fighter. I'm just a strong motherfucker right now. I might train to be like a better fighter like in the future, you know. I'm just real strong, you know. You don't want to get caught with one of these, you know. So I got a guy that trains, is like a former underground fighter. He trains for fighting like every fucking day. Of course he could probably whoop my ass. But you know, I don't train to be a fighter. I train to be a fucking bodybuilder and a power athlete. I train to be a fucking athlete, not a fucking fighter, you know. I want to be like a strength and physique athlete. So I'm thinking, you know, I'm not gonna do like a fucking crazy bulk, like a 10-year bulk ever again, you know. I'm not gonna go on like a crazy like 10-year bulk ever again. I think like I gotta go on a fucking diet. Oh shit. I gotta damn it. Hold on. Please don't die. Hold on, baby. Alright, cool. Alright, gonna I think I'm gonna return to my baseline, show you guys what I'm currently looking like in just a second. This is the results of 10 years of purposefully gaining weight to put on muscle. It was once said that in order to put on muscle, you have to put on fat, which I disagree. I think there are plenty of ways to build muscle without putting on a ton of fat, One thing I've found is the more muscle I have, and plus fat is like a second muscle almost. I don't really think it's good to be super lean, like where your abs are showing and stuff. Unless you have a shit ton of muscle on your body, because muscle is the secondary like fuel source for your body. So even on your body, you have to have a little bit of fat on your body. That's where the in the on your hip, the hips. I think that's where my body holds on to fat the most. In the Bible, it says the people of Israel to this day do not lose the last little bit of fat on their hips, because when God touched Jacob's hip, so in terms of moving forward, we're talking like a 2-year bulk and a 12-week cut immediately after. 2-year bulk and a 12-week cut, for like a long time. And then to maintain my body, make like good gains, make like good gains. We're talking like a 2-year bulk and like a 12-week cut every 2 years for like 10 years. So 5 bulks for 10 years. When I'm like 60, I will have mastered this shit. And I'm gonna build an app to get people fucking jacked. A free app. Or like, maybe like 99 cents. Or like, by this time, I'm gonna be so fucking famous that this app will make me like $1 million fucking dollars if I sell it for 99 cents. Or charge like $10 a month. Or I could just make it free. Or charge like a fucking $1. Like fucking 99 cents. Why are people really still charging 99 cents for things? $1. Well, if you're fucking panhandling, if you're homeless, do you say like, can I please have 99 cents? I would do some shit like that just to end this fucking bullshit marketing bullshit of like, can I get $1? How much does it cost? $5. If it's a good product, You don't need to fucking rip people off like that, you know. Okay, so I want to learn how bulking and cutting works, and I want to try to figure out how to gain muscle without putting on fat. That's my ultimate goal, you know. To try to figure out how to gain muscle without putting on fat, you know. Because it's very possible to do, you know, rather to keep fat burners around. And whenever you see a little pinch of fat on your stomach, pop those fat burners for like 12, 6 or 12 weeks. Get that fat off of your fucking stomach and head and get back to it, you know. That's like the best way to do it, you know. Because putting on fat is harder than you think too, you know. You don't just eat, a hamburger and you get fat. You gotta it's very deliberate. Like you have to fuck up for a long time to get fat, you know. I've been eating whenever I'm hungry for the past 10 years, and I'm still not fucking obese, you know. My doctor says that I've got a fat problem. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty fat, but I'm not fucking obese, you know. I feel very healthy. Hold on, let me see. I feel very healthy. Fuck. I can't really show you guys what I'm currently looking like, but 10 years of bulking, 2 steroid cycles back there in the beginning. I can't build muscle the same way that I used to. But overall, I kept some of the gains. Trying to be very deliberate with my working out and stuff, and we'll see in 10 years if I should go back on steroids, you know. I think 30 is too young for TRT, but I'm trying to make fucking them sweet gains. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit, there we go. Yeah, I don't know, maybe just a touch bigger than the average motherfucker. Not as big as I'm not fucking Kali muscle or anything, but in my mind, as long as I keep doing the right fucking thing, one of these fucking days, this little bullshit right here, this loose skin right here, is gonna turn into fucking muscle, you know. So my last piece of advice, my last words for this video is don't abuse supplements. Just keep it simple with what you know works. Yeah, just the supplements that I listed in this video, the most complicated thing you should ever be taking is a fucking testosterone booster or a fucking fat burner. And stick to the same one all the time. Find one that works and just stick with that. Find one that you like and just stick with that. Seriously, because you don't want to be putting all this shit in your body because you might get addicted. For that's the same reason why I don't drink soda anymore. I finally broke my soda addiction. I don't drink soda anymore. I don't drink beer. I don't drink soda. I'm working on quitting the fucking tobacco. I only smoked like an ounce of tobacco today. And I don't crave it. I don't need it. I smoke like an ounce of tobacco. I get a bag of tobacco like this. How many ounces is this? I smoked like half an ounce of tobacco today. 6 ounces of tobacco in this bag. I smoked like half an ounce of tobacco today. So don't load up your body with all kinds of foreign shit from all these different companies. Just the supplements that I talked about in this video. And we're going to experiment with glutamine and L-carnitine. I'll get back at you in about 6 months to tell you if that shit is fucking worth it or not. Supplements that I know work, protein powder is obvious. You don't need 2 scoops after your workout either. That's how you get fucking fat. 1 serving, 1 scoop after your fucking workout is plenty, along with a fucking meal. God damn it. Fat burner, creatine, test booster. Cycle your test booster. Keep your fat burner around for when you need to get rid of some fat. I also have gyno from steroids, and whenever you take steroids, your estrogen also increases. And it makes it harder to lose weight. That's really the real reason why I'm as fat as I am. Is a fucking hormonal thing. I'm 270 pounds. You know, so in terms of food, plain meat, and stick with the same kind of meat all the time from the same company. Potatoes, pick your carb. Pick your carb. Me, meat and potatoes, probably sweet potatoes. You know, I like yams, sweet potatoes. What are they, the same thing? I don't know. I like sweet potatoes, you know. Spice things up a little bit. What am I really supposed to eat? Plain potatoes? Sweet potatoes, yeah, real good, you know. They can't be fucking good for you. Probably just like regular potatoes, you know. I really like regular potatoes, but mashed potatoes are the fucking worst. What is a good carbohydrate? Probably pasta. You know, probably, you know, what about oats? Probably oats, you know. Some people say you can't eat oats all day. Think about it, man. I work hard, man. I get all the best shit from God. So, yeah, oats, you know. Oats are awesome. I love oats. I could eat oats all fucking day. I love potatoes, you know, but potatoes are like, you know, I like oats. They keep you nice and full. They're nice and like water saturated. So, you know, like potatoes are just like plain old fucking potatoes. I don't like that shit. Before you go and eat a bunch of potatoes, think about mashed potatoes and how that reacts in your fucking body. Now think of oatmeal. Good old oatmeal. Good old oatmeal, you know. Can't go wrong with fucking oatmeal, you know. There's no going wrong with oatmeal. I'm just gonna start eating like hella fucking oatmeal for my carbs, and then for my protein, you know, eat like probably gonna have to go with beef, you know. I like beef and oatmeal. Maybe that's all I'll fucking eat, you know. Let's see. Let's see. What's a good meat? Tuna. Can I get some like tuna in a can? Holy shit. Oh, hell yeah. Holy shit, dude. So you can get some like fucking, holy fucking shit. You can get some like tuna off the internet for like you can get some like tuna off the internet for like less than $1 a can, which is real good. You can get like 8 cans for $7. The good shit, star-kissed tuna. Yeah. You eat like okay, so hell yeah. Well, I'm gonna let you guys go though, man. But yeah, about as awesome as it's gonna get for me in terms of like other corporate processed bullshit is like Diet Pepsi. I love me some Diet Pepsi, you know. So I've done all the corporate bullshit. You know, I'm done with pop, but I, you know, enjoy like a Diet Pepsi every now and then. You know. Okay, bam, bam. Fuck. That's not good. Alright, so let's go. Let's get off the video.